Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
This week, millions of people will be celebrating St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. You might see some people wearing green clothing, drinking Guinness, and hanging out in Irish bars and pubs. But what does all of this beer and green mean? Does St. Patrick's Day look the same all over the world? Does it mean the same thing all over the world?
St. Patrick's Day was originally a religious holiday, both inside and outside of Ireland, to commemorate St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Contrary to popular belief, St. Patrick was English. Born in Roman Britain around 390 AD, he eventually became a priest and traveled to Ireland to convert the then pagan Irish people to Christianity.
In Ireland, up until the 1970s, St. Patrick's Day remained a sedate, religious affair, with most pubs closed and many families celebrating it as a feast day at home. So if Ireland isn't really the home of St. Patrick's Day celebrations as we know them, where did all the green beer come from?
To find the roots of St. Patrick's Day celebrations, it turns out we have the USA to thank for all the parties. Irish immigrants in America began meeting together to celebrate St. Patrick's Day during the late 1700s. Large banquets were held by Irish associations in areas like Boston, Georgia, and South Carolina.
According to Irish-American history expert Timothy Neger, St. Patrick's Day celebrating becomes a way to honor the saint, but also to confirm ethnic identity and to create bonds of solidarity.
Celebrations in America became more intensive after many more Irish families moved to the States in the wake of the Irish famine of 1845 to 1852. As celebrations grew, parades followed in time as people continued to find new ways to confirm their Irish identity in the New World.
As celebrations continued to grow in the States, they began to reach out of the Irish-American community. More and more people started taking part in the festivities for the fun of a parade and a day to party. People started celebrating less because they had Irish roots and more because they were up for a cheeky lunchtime pint.
Over time, Irish beer, particularly Guinness, became more central to the pub-based festivities on St. Patrick's Day. Now remember our segment on Cinco de Mayo? Something similar happened with Irish communities in America. Commercial interests became more and more involved in the holiday, leading to the explosion of St. Patrick's Day celebrations we see today.
So now that St. Patrick's Day celebrations have become a stalwart holiday around the world, what about Ireland? St. Patrick's Day festivities started to pop up in Ireland in the 1970s, but have grown over the past 40 years.
While the modern St. Patrick's Day parties don't have their roots in Ireland per se, it's been pushed in recent years by local governments and tourism boards. Tourism used to be slow in the spring, but with the infusion of St. Patrick's Day events in recent years, business has been booming.
So whether March 17th is on your calendar as a regular Friday or your annual celebration of Irishness, take a minute to reflect on why we celebrate and how these celebrations have changed over the years.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
See you then!